Well, mates, I don't want to say this in session because it's not going to land right, but I never thought we'd all be together in a big race. You know what that makes us all a bunch of racists. I think I'm 5 away. Let me double.
I'm getting a grand charm tonight.
Clicked over to the Forge tab and
I'm not getting a grand charm, I'm getting a skill point. Yeah. This whole time, guys, did you know I wasn't proficient in computers?
damn, son.
So now I'm
How are
proficient
you
in
getting those
computers.
rolls without being proficient?
I have
30.
I have a 30 intelligence because of a grand charm.
Yeah, that'll do it. What's the exchange rate for skill points again? I've been neglecting my
100.
skills as well. Okay.
Same as a grand.
Yep. That sounds right. You know what? I'm going to take a mundane charm, like a 5 point.
I'll get a mundane.
I think it's been a calendar year since I got one. Ooh, Reflector. Decent album.
Good.
Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
Did I
Maybe
drag
only
that
do
to
some
the right
runs.
spot?
I only have 35 points. I got one last round. Yeah, I got resistance to force damage on the last one, so.
There it is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, mein Führer.
Hello. Big ball.
Time.
I can't tell
There
you
we
why
go.
the streams hate you.
No, it's the Windows updated, and so it defaults to nothing. So my microphone is usually off when this happens until somebody's like, "Hey, I can't hear you," or we go through a whole session with you guys talking and nobody hearing what the fuck I'm saying.
Lovely.
Thankfully, I remembered and caught it this time when I looked and saw that there was no microphone bar. So people saw the rolls of the grand charm or of the charms, but didn't hear me talking. But who cares about that? Because at least we get to recap. Okay. We started with the Anathema heading towards Maker's Mark and the Daedalus heading towards the Great Causeway. MT and Loki targeted split shift, with Loki seeing a strange icon blinking in the Eleutherion. Meanwhile, the Anathema crew sped towards their target, the Sovereign Frame. In a crazy and bold move, they decided to crash into their opponent, smashing it to pieces and dropping their ships, like their ship to zero, putting it into repair mode, and to the point where the ship was pretty much smashed apart and only held together with this energy that was starting to repair it. MT and Loki dropped down in sundered shores to hunt their opponents while also trying to help Patch Job. Once Patch Job was up, MT escorted him through the Stonewatch run and towards Maker's Mark, splitting off to help the Anathema, who figured out that they were about to be ambushed by a couple of the other racers. The Anathema dodged blasts from Blossomburn and used a maneuver to clip Overclock off of them after he managed to latch on, finally cruising towards Mesh City. Crossing into the city, the Anathema secured second place and the mysterious completion bonus. As the Daedalus headed back to join the Anathema, Loki was ejected from the Eleutherion with a message from the dragon that bestowed it upon him, Misarin the Starlaced, who said the following: "I have watched long enough. You've repeatedly misused the powers of the Wormwind Eleutherion for personal gain. It appears you need to walk longer before you can fly. With the thread of the living planet contained, I will be reclaiming it. If you truly believe this power belongs to you, return to Great Axe and challenge me. Only once you have proven your worth will you be able to reclaim its power." And following that, Misarin ate the Eleutherion and then disappeared in an explosion of stars. And that's where we kind of pick up. The Daedalus hadn't moved yet. It was about you were about to head back to Mesh City. But you,
Yes.
MT, feel the lightness of your ship. There was that little bit of weight from the Eleutherion standing on top of it that is just the weight shifts and your ship kind of lifts up.
Hey.
Loki, you are on top of the Daedalus.
Everything okay right there, Loki? Assuming that he can hear me through if he has a comm headset, but if he was using the mech, then I don't know if he can hear me at all.
Yeah, I think I only had the comm headset in the mech. I don't think I actually have one on me.
If with me not hearing a response, I ask Newton to go check on him at the airlock.
Loki's gonna get into the Blue Beetle just so that he's not hanging on for dear life on the side of the ship.
Yeah. You pull out your old mech. It feels very strange piloting it again. It's a lot more physical. The Eleutherion felt like a fusion between you and the mech. It felt like it was an extension of your limbs, and this feels mechanical. It feels like you're operating something. Newton comes out and flashes a concerned face or an exclamation mark at you before returning to its smiley face. And MT, I'm assuming you're communicating through Newton once it's up there.
Not if I'm piloting the ship. If I basically go full communication with Newton, I basically go comatose, and I don't want to do that.
Newton comes up looking concerned.
With the mech, I just give him a thumbs up, everything's okay. I relayed to him that I lost my other mech was taken from me
Newton displays a sad face, like a sad face emoji, before like turning and like moving back towards the ship, kind of like beckoning you.
Yeah, I'll follow him into the ship.
Yeah. Once you get inside, you can get out of the mech and like move about freely. You're probably even good on the ship there because I think your shields are up. But yeah, you climb on the Daedalus. Blossomburn is here, but like what you're seeing, MT, is that Blossomburn is about to drive by to do like her final like loop around.
Newton's weapons are mostly extinguished. I'm not gonna take a pot shot off with Newton's weapons at this point in time.
Okay. Yeah, she speeds ahead. Do you head back to Mesh City at that point?
Yeah, I will head back to Mesh City at this point.
Okay. You head back to Mesh City. Anathema, you can fully heal the ship, fully heal anybody on your crew who might have expended things. So like everybody can take a long rest. You can heal all of your mechs that you would have wanted repaired. You go to like an actual like garage and a bunch of smaller transformer mechs come out and start like doing crazy repairs on everything, while leaving you guys to your leisure if you want to just like there's a little cafe that has a synthesizer that can make anything you guys need in terms of food and stuff like that. And MT, like the Daedalus, will join soon after while the rest of the race concludes.
Once I join, I make sure the Daedalus gets fully repaired, and then I go see if that synthesizer can maybe make me a monster WD-40.
Do you prefer the OG or the white can?
The OG.
Yeah, Monster WD-40. Somehow truly an offshoot of the Monster Energy brand, expanding into energy for inorganic matter and spreading across the galaxy. You don't even need to get it synthesized. They just have some. Surprisingly, same can. Yeah. With the little the little pop top.
Oh, the Monster WD-40 would have the blue and yellow coloring of the WD-40 symbol.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would. I like that. I like that better.
I've actually seen a probably AI created image of it.
Nice. But you two can repair your ship. Make sure you're doing your repairs to the ship and the shields and all that fun stuff. And long rest your characters as well. And for a moment, because like the race is still going on, but there's some like robots that are still fighting. There's some that are trying to complete objectives. You guys completed it fairly quickly. So you got maybe like 10 minutes before the race concludes. So you have a minute to kind of catch up.
While I'm healing and checking up on everything, I check the race statistics to see how Junkbot is doing, or not Junkbot, Patch Job.
Oh, he's in repair mode on Maker's Mark.
Oh, boo!
Mate, so have you seen if there's a gym around here?
Haven't met anyone named Jim yet.
That's funny, mate.
I don't know. Do you
Hello?
think they have like that kind of stuff?
Uh,
I mean, they're all
I was
robots
sitting in a
today.
gunwale for
Is
quite
trying
some
the same
time.
thing.
I'm just looking to get some of that energy out, and like I either can work out, fight, or other things. And working out seems like the right one right now.
I didn't see anything that would be like that, but I'm gonna take these to the repair shop, and I'm gonna like hold up just like a couple of the like mech capsules and be like, all right, I'm going to get these repaired while everybody's like waiting and shit.
Yep. The cafe is like basically next to the garage where you brought the thing, like brought your ship and everything. So you don't have to go very far. The little mechs, they all kind of look the same. They look like tiny dwarves, but like if they were robots.
Yeah, I'll go up and see like what is it gonna cost me to like repair
Ah.
for just looking to get some mechs repaired. I got 4 of them right now.
Oh yeah, you
And the ship.
Oh, ship is already good. Ship's good. Your mechs, do they have an energanium core?
No.
Okay. Well, repair is still free, but only during the race. Once the race is over, then if you came back, we talk costs.
Yeah, I mean the race is still going right now, right? You can
Yes,
get them in.
and
I mean, I've finished. Like
yeah,
I'm done.
Participants are good. And anything that was damaged during the race, we're happy to repair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I'll pull out the 4 mechs that we have on ship that are just sitting there.
Yep.
Right now, which would be the cleric, the renegade, the lawman, and the lancer.
Same thing. You can bring them all back to full. These robots do quick work. The ship was already being repaired with the energanium and like continues once you dock it. And so like they spend most of the time just working on the mechs, and even that is pretty quick work.
Okay. Yeah, and that'll be what I spend a short little time doing while we wait for the race to conclude and everybody to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear right? We get the equivalent of a long rest?
Yep. The race finishes, you hear like, congratulations! Our 3rd place winner is Split Shift! And these 2 robots kind of like do like a sassy dance before they transform back into like one robot that does like an evil pose, like kind of like that. Can we have all winners come to the winner's circle?
I make my way in the Newton mech.
Okay.
All right, maybe we can have a wrestling match if it's got a circle.
There's the whole Split Shift. You guys proceed to the winner's circle. Are you're all like leaving your ships and just kind of going on foot? Okay. Yeah, you head over on foot. It's not very far either. For people walking, there's also kind of like convenient moving escalators at certain point, like or not moving escalators, but moving sidewalks that you can literally just stand on, and it kind of like brings you to your destination. You get to the winner's circle, and Split Shift is already like there's like drone cameras that are flying around him, and he's like, I may have come in 3rd place this time, but I'm taking 1st next year, baby.
Oh, you guys do this every year?
You hear King, you see the hologram of King Mesh and say, yes, welcome, our 1st and 2nd place winners. Yes, this is an annual event.
All right.
I'll be able to answer all of your questions once we conclude the race and our festivities. I'd like to thank everyone who participated this year, and everyone who participated in all of the other smaller events leading up to the grand race. It's with everything that has happened in the Athena system, it's nice that we can still brighten people's lives by continuing to host the race. As you can see, even visitors can win, so please take that as your opportunity to come join us in Oakenshield. The things happening in Valkyrie do not reflect our system, and while you cannot make your roots here, we do appreciate the visit once in a while. For our third place winner, Split Shift, you win 10,000 credits and an Energanium core. The Energanium core, it is like this small kind of, it looks Tesseract-ish. It's blue, but like you watch as Split Shift grabs it and like kind of like pushes it into his chest, and as he does, it almost looks like it breaks down into kind of like a digital kind of stuff that absorbs into him. And he's like, oh, that's refreshing. I'll be storing that energy, and I might come up with something great for next year. I'm thinking fighter jets. For our second place winners, it is our first in quite some time to end with a full completion bonus. The Anathema crew. Your prize for second place is a pulse cannon, one of my personal favorite creations, and 25,000 credits.
Ooh, thank you.
Ooh.
Somebody can add that to the ship pot. And I will add the pulse cannon to the ship's cargo and crew. Oh, it's already there. Perfect. Oh, no, that's Mesh City. I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's move that here. Anathema, cargo and crew. Pulse cannon. There we go. Actually, I need to open that back up because additionally, because you completed our creation bonus, I have two things for you. Or well, not two things. I have more money, more credits for you. You have 50,000 more credits that you can add to your ship's funds, and a greater Energanium core. For the residents of this world, it gives them an opportunity at new creations. For you, it may offer something greater. The Energanium core, for those like yourself with mundane machinery, will allow your mech to transform into a vehicle within its vicinity. You basically can map a vehicle within its vicinity. Once you've mapped that vehicle, your mech will gain the ability to transform into that vehicle type. With a regular Energanium core, it does take it takes a moment for it to kick in. So basically it takes an action for a normal Energanium core. For you guys who won the greater or Energanium core, it does so in a bonus action. So it's a little bit faster. This will also allow you to equip specialized integrations. I'm going to tap into the Squangy's shops, and you should over time see some new upgrades that are exclusively from Mesh City, from my own production. So that is only going to be available to you as part of your winning first and second place. You will have exclusive access to upgrades that are created here on Oakenshield.
Nice.
Finally, for the Daedalus, our first place winners. You win 50,000 credits. And one of my newest creations, an Aeon Core. This is not like a regular mech core. Instead, the user that bonds with this Aeon Core will be able to summon their very own sovereign frame.
Okay. Very interesting. I don't know how useful that is for me, because I have Newton. But I'm interested in the that transformation style core. So I might trade that. Also for the credits, this was discussed with some of the team members. Of the 50,000, I'm going to take 20,000 for myself. Give 20,000 to Loki. 1,000 to each of the named NPCs that are on my ship. And then the other 8,000 split evenly across all the named and unnamed NPCs on both crews, including the ones that got the extra bonus 1,000 on my ship.
Awesome. There is a cheer from every single crew member on both ships.
So that's just the money that the Daedalus earned. I'm not accounting for any of the rest of the money or any of the rest of the equipment winnings.
With that, the festivities conclude. There is like much celebration for the race, but King Mesh doesn't really waste much time as the broadcasts kind of end and you see those little drones start to fly away. He says, sorry to have taken up so much of your time, but congratulations on an incredible race. You flew in pretty urgently, and so I ask, what brings you to Oakenshield?
We were
seeking passage to the I believe it's Aegis, is it not?
We were seeking info about...
Is it Karen's?
I think it was Karen, yes.
Karen's Wake.
Karen's Wake.
Karen's Wake?
The planet. Yeah, the planet that nullifies electricity of sorts. We're seeking a method of passage, too.
What would possibly possess you to go to a place like that?
We have we are going there at behest of a friend of ours who intercepted a distress call from there. A recent distress call from there.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, to explain Karen's wake, I must explain what happened to the Athena system. Perhaps you may have noticed that, well, for starters, we have 2 suns. One of those suns did not exist. Or did not always exist in the system. Originally, our green sun, Verdant, was the only one, and its radiation causes things to thrive. This planet, along with several others in the system, were once vibrant, alive planets. Our makers, when we talk like the maker's mark, our makers were very much like you. They were humanoids that created sentient artificial intelligence that they installed into machines that they created to create us. Charon's Wake was also once a vibrant city. But once the second sun appeared, the gravitational shift of our planets changed, and with it, many things changed too. Perhaps you felt that as you get closer to the suns, there may be shifts in energy patterns and shifts, especially for those who are more aligned with magic. Charon's Wake is a desolate planet devoid of life. And it's been that way for a fairly long time after the sun, the second sun, Aether, was created. If you were I have to strongly advise that you do not go to Charon's Wake. Anyone who may have been distressed is likely dead, and I am sorry for that. But I see what you're equipped with, and short of you, and he looks at you, MT, nobody else will make the trip. Plasma energy is absorbed when near Charon's Wake. So is electricity and most other forms of energy. The few that seem to be unaffected are dark matter. And there was I don't know what drove them, but there was another strange ship that landed there not too long ago. The ship looked like it was made of almost... It's strange to say, but it looked like it was made of gears.
That might be the friend of a friend that went there.
He says, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why you need to go there, but your dark matter core might be your best bet, but it means that you're probably bringing a small team with you.
Alright, mate, I'm not that small.
You feel the city kind of shake and rumble as you feel it rise out of the ground, and you can see that some of the earth around it and trees around it that seem rooted to it kind of like shift away from it as it does. You see yourself getting closer and closer and closer until you are in the atmosphere, still able to breathe just fine, as you are taken to kind of like a better view of the star system itself. There are many things are wrong about our star system as of late. But none more so than K1's wake. If you are determined to go there, the safest place to land would be close to the clock tower. I'm not sure whether or not it still stands, but there was a time when we were able to go there and it was a safe haven of sorts. But we have not been able to land on that planet for a very long time. Energanium is not immune to the planet's effects. And some of our brothers who have gone on expeditions to explore it have not returned. You'd also...
Sorry, I was trying to pull up a notes thing. What was the name of the place?
Which place? Oh,
the safe
Clock
place
tower.
to land.
the clock tower.
Clock tower.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our running theory is that there is something about the moon of K1's wake that causes the energies to be drained most. As other planets close to Aether don't lose energy, but energy is kind of erratic.
So the moon is causing an increased. Do you know if there's been any traffic to the moon? Do you know if this may be something that is affected by just the suns, or is this something additional?
It seems to be... the effect seems to happen strongest closest to K1's wake.
Has there been any? Have you guys seen any traffic to the moon at all?
We haven't actively watched K1's wake in a long time. Unfortunately, I like, even with our we do have satellites out there to kind of keep an eye on things, but unless it's a major event, we've got so many other worries. Aegis 9 is on high alert and almost ready for war. It appears that Valkyrie is experiencing some sort of hostile takeover. Some of their seraphs have left and are hiding, or in hiding, because of fear of what is going on there. Meanwhile, that vile ship near Titan 5 appeared, and while I don't know much, I do know that the people of Titan 5 are evil opportunists. Of any place I would steer clear from, I would highly recommend you would steer clear from there most, lest your team become part of their specimen planet.
There, that is a good idea. In an approach to Karen's wake, what would be our best preparation for it if we were to prepare a small team?
Don't. Your best preparation is to
if you were to risk it.
You've got some great earnings, and you've got ships and crew who appear like family to you. My highest recommendation is don't. There is no preparation for what is in that place. Only death exists there. It is a place of It is a place of suffering. There is no life. There's no life there. No life can live there.
I am determined to go, even if only to find out what remains of my friend's friend.
Well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but there is nothing we have here that can stop the nullification of energy there.
You have given me enough in the fact that you have told me that my dark matter core can get us down and away from. Even that was enough information to make it worthwhile for me.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, just like your ship, the energy will drain. The same thing will happen to your mechs. I would recommend using them sparingly if you're using them on the planet, as the energy will diminish the longer you are inside of them.
I don't have anything like energy related on me. I should be fairly okay. Like as me.
For the most part.
Because like Chubbs has like no armor that has any, like he's not using the Omniwire or anything like that. He's using like...
We haven't ruled out that life, like the energy that gives life itself, is on its menu as well, so to speak. The only thing that keeps the plants growing around here, and the only thing that keeps certain beings alive, is the energy that comes from Verdant, but even that is stifled and restricted by Aether.
I make a check to see if I personally would be affected, because I know the dark matter core and what it powers would not be affected, but I am not powered by the dark matter core.
Yeah, give me a raw intelligence check here.
I'm gonna give myself guidance.
Okay. Theoretically, as long as you are inside inside Newton, you should be okay, because Newton would be the only mech that wouldn't be affected by the nullification.
So if I'm inside of Newton or inside of Daedalus when Newton is plugged into Daedalus, yeah, I should be fine.
Because of your proximity to the dark matter.
Dark matter core. Okay. Just because I am robotic. I'm advanced robotic, but I am still robotic.
I can't say about like your physical body if you're outside or away from the dark matter core. again, you probably have the same risk as your humanoid counterparts, but it sounds like active energy, like electricity, plasma energy, things like that, are less resistant to that effect than like maybe life forms. Like, if there are people on the planet, they wouldn't be dead right away. It would take time, but whatever is happening on the planet is it diminishes life in such a way that it can't thrive. Like, the people of the planet likely weren't drained immediately, but when their resources are drained first and they no longer had electricity or any form of technology, and then their food sources, started to diminish, that would have ended things for them fairly quickly. He also said, I mean, with that in mind, if the only other thing I could recommend is getting your hands on another dark matter core.
And where might we find one of those?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Worth a shot.
You'd be better off asking your friend, and he points to MT.
It was pure luck that one was found for me, but I believe I do have the radiation signal if we wanted to try to use our sensors to see if there's one nearby, but that doesn't mean that it is not currently owned.
Thoughts? Got 4 people who haven't said anything in like 20 minutes.
Well, I think our priority is another dark matter core, but I'm not really sure where to begin. Maybe we could use some of your bardic resources for that? Stir up a frenzy, get some contacts that way. We did just win a pretty big race, or rather MT did, and we came in second. That's some good branding right there.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Excellent. Honestly, at this point, I just want to bonk some heads, so hopefully the way to get the dark matter core is violent. And I mean, I don't run on power cells, so...
Are there any other questions you have for me about the system?
I don't think there's a fight club, so I think we're good.
There is. Unfortunately, inaccessible currently, and I apologize for getting your hopes up, but Skydance is a floating kind of mechanical moon, the mechanical moon of Valkyrie that it has anti-gravity arenas.
And how do I make it accessible again?
Figure out what's going on with the planet.
I'll look like I'm about to go for a really firm handshake and then decide against it. It's like, thank you. Do everything I can.
And just kind of, he nods a bit confused. Again, it's the hologram of him.
Yeah. That's why he stopped.
I ask if we could use their sensors to try and help us locate another dark matter core.
You are a first place winner. I think I can do that. I need to put in a request with Aegis 9 to be able to do that. As I said, they are on high alert right now, and if they see us doing that without me getting a go-ahead first, they may take that as some form of aggression.
Absolutely. I do not wish to cause any hostility between you and another group, or, for that matter, between any other group, and any other group.
Okay. I'll put in a requisition for that. Don't let that stop you or halt you. If you have other leads, I can get that information to you as soon as I have it.
Thank you. And I brace my hands and nod.
Is there any sort of broadcasting system we might be able to have access to that, like if I'm gonna try and drum up resources about a dark matter core, being able to get a message out to a large group of people would be really helpful.
Again, I can. Again, the same problem arises where a dark matter core is a very particular thing to be searching for. Again, I can make a requisition to Aegis 9 for use of our facilities to be able to do something like that, but it also comes with a side of caution of putting it out there that you're looking for something like that.
Okay, so ask more on the down low is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I wonder if I'd be able to put out some sort of like coded message that only somebody with that would pick up on. Or I can just put out feelers with the people I know already.
Yeah, you do have like a whole subreddit of people that are like devoted to you.
Okay.
And coming in second in this race, you may gather more for that subreddit.
Actually,
More
can I
local
check?
to here, because most of your stuff is from another system.
Oh, speaking of that, Chaka, you get a message from the Void Watchers, saying that a Void Syndicate, like a couple of like Void Syndicate, what appear to be assassins from what you've seen previously, like with a picture provided, have appeared in the Outer Reaches.
Hold on. Sorry, I've got a specific spot in my notes for this. 1 second.
Yeah.
Void Syndicate assassins?
Well, they just they would recognize them as the Void Syndicate. You would probably recognize them as assassins because, like, having interacted with them a couple times, you kind of have an idea. Like, they're not like the bruiser ones or anything like that. They're the quick ones that look like they can teleport and the ones that use the cool knives.
Okay. And they've appeared in the Outer Reaches?
Yeah, the picture is from them appearing at a black market called Hell's Hole. Looks like it might be an old commandeered space station.
Black market called Hell's Hole. Okay. is would I be able to do further research into that black market? Is that the sort of place that might have a dark matter core?
Yeah, give me an investigation. Okay, also give me a computers.
I'm going to aid her on that computers check if I can.
Okay.
So take advantage.
You look, I mean, you don't find it out through normal searching. You do have to delve into the dark web to get there. And you find information. Hell's Hole appears to be a full black market setup. So you can find potentially anything. The people that you'll be dealing with are pretty shady. And safety isn't assured, obviously, if you're delving into places like that.
Okay.
But from the research that you're able to to glean when you're searching, it's kind of a one-stop shop for anything, fucking legal or legal. But it seems like there are specialty areas. Like there's a sector that's just that just deals in like military mechs and like exotic mechs, exotic animals, experimental weaponry, fucking world-ending like destructive weapons, like bombs and stuff like that. Biological weapons as well, like world-ending like plagues.
Dang.
Yeah, anything and everything you can think of, you can get your hands on. So there's actually a good likelihood that you might find a dark matter core there. It's just what will it cost and who do you have to deal with?
That's fair. Okay. Well, that could be an option as well if we don't find something closer and safer.
I think that would have to be our current trajectory if we're gonna get people down onto there. There's only one person with a dark matter core. It's just a dataless, and then from there we have to worry about making sure everybody's fed for whatever journey we have down there. Make sure everybody stays alive.
We can get us there and back. It's whether or not there's long-term effects for being down there if we can't find another data core. If we can find another data core, then anyone in said mech or vehicle would be protected.
Okay.
Also, it is unfortunate, but the dataless is not a safe haven when Newton is outside of the dataless.
Duly noted.
What about Solara Prime? I know they're kind of on lockdown right now. What does that look like to get in?
Solara Prime?
Because everywhere else, yeah, everywhere else is a little dangerous to like kind of get by. But I think taking that left side and the Squengies there is really the goal.
Solara Prime is a bit what's the word for it? Tricky. Its barrier refracts the light from both verdant and aether. Its surface is covered in crystal spires that achieve that, like refracting both of the sun's energies. So magic works there, but it's also, and like your energy will be fine there, but strange things happen there. There's almost like a strange temporal rift inside of Solara Prime.
Okay. As in things move quicker or slower?
You may meet duplicates of yourselves, or may see yourselves in the past or in the future. You may see things that don't actually exist at all, and may find yourself in great confusion there. It is inhabited by light constructs that only survive because the light, like because it refracts the light from the planet or from the suns.
I have yet to
So
meet
passage is
intelligent photonics.
So passage is safe, it's just it might get a little weird.
I mean, last time I was at Solara Prime, I was humanoid for a while. It was quite strange. It's a feeling I don't wish to revisit.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. This sucks, but
But I would not wish to be flesh either.
I went with the makers, and they were blocks of what's that food you got? Cheese? Became wheels of cheese, like sentient wheels of cheese.
It'll look like someone cast enlarge on Wade's eyes.
Be a whole new meaning to roll out.
Oh, that's a good one.
But the Squangies there, it operates fairly similar to most Squangies. The chef is an android that is also a chronomancer named Chrona Vellum. He pulls ingredients from across time to make his meals. It's actually kind of insane to watch.
sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably worth taking a look at, but I think we need to figure out if there's, if there's still life on Karen's Wake as well.
I wonder
You
if there's a way
mentioned-
we could get close enough to it that I could do like a scan for any forms of life without it being damaging to us.
They also mentioned that they had satellites in the area. We could probably, like, if we get close, can we utilize your satellites to try and like triangulate signals, see if there's any signs of life down there, and in the location that we received the distress signal? We can sort of track that.
Our satellites aren't able to get close enough to see anything like that. Our closest one, we do have one close to Solara Prime, but it just catches things entering and leaving the planet.
Okay.
Do you have a estimate on, like, if you went back and looked at your satellite, could you see where the giant gear ship entered, roughly? Versus where we received the signal from, and we can kind of triangulate between the two? Or is it just like you have a general idea that they were just
The
in and
gear
out?
ship was like 50 years ago.
50 years ago. So
Like,
that was not the one that.
yeah, 50 of your years ago.
That was definitely not the signal that we heard. The one that the distress signal calling to our friend was a few weeks ago.
Yes, I it does.
So they must have slipped in without it being reported back via your satellites.
Yes, the satellites don't remain stationary. They do use like the gravitation, the orbit to continue to move. So it does not appear that it was pointed towards the planet in that time frame. I do apologize.
That is fine.
I imagine they were probably chasing the other one. Can we get the report of the gear ship just to get an idea? I imagine if this one would have came in, they would have been chasing what was on the gear ship.
50 years later? Oh, I suppose.
I mean, an old discovery is still a discovery, right? That's why people go after treasure. And maybe something they were after.
He actually shows you the recording. And the ship kind of looks like a traditional like spelljammer, so it looks like a regular ship, but adorned with moving gears. And appears to be running on some kind of like several kinds of strange energy. It appears to have like this dragon's head on the front, that appears to be giving off kind of like it looks like steam, but it looks like there's almost some kind of like sparkling energy within the steam. And there appears to be some kind of barrier around this gear ship that you can see remains even after it enters Charon's Wake's orbit. And the last thing you see is it like descending and kind of like disappearing onto the planet.
Do we have a rough like estimate of the area that we're looking at, like on the planet?
Says that's
or
also
did it just like go into?
That's also pretty close to where the clock tower used to be.
Okay, all right, clock tower. So what I'm thinking, and again, like I'm just going to spitball here because I have no idea if this will work. We can possibly leverage the power that Solara Prime has with the refractors to utilize them as a shield to see if we can get a small ship in and utilize that power to protect ourselves, because they've managed to pull out a barrier that refracts the sun's powers, and if we can get that down, if we can get that for our personal selves, we can probably get it to utilize as a shield for us while we are down there. I think that's our fastest path. We do have the option of getting another dark energy core, or a dark matter core, but I think our quickest path is to make our way over to Solara Prime and try and negotiate for something. There may be risks involved with getting us down there, though.
That is definitely a plan, and we could always stop by the Squengi's Paradox for resupply as well, and see if they might have a way of buying stuff from Solara Prime or something like that without having to set foot on the strange place that might make me flesh.
That's fair.
Or cheese.
Yeah.
The flesh is worse.
King Mash looks and says, that's as good as an idea as any.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's you guys up for giving it a shot, and I'll look at the rest of the crew. See if I can get some nods. Yeah. Got 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. All right.
All
right, team. Well,
my requisition was approved as well.
Aegis 9.
don't have the exact location of a dark matter core, but I do have information that prior to the death of Ember Granite, they were experimenting with dark matter.
Okay.
They're experimenting with it. We can probably see if they've made any progress. You said they're on guard right now. If we are to seek out their, I imagine their leader of some sort with a recommendation letter from yourself, that would probably get us passage to discuss.
Aegis 9?
Yes.
Oh,
Because that's where you just got your requisition was, right?
Right, but
You just asked them.
Aegis 9 won't allow anyone on the planet.
But you said that the death of Ember Granite, they were experimenting with a dark matter core?
Yes.
Or potential dark matter core?
Prior to the death, so again, many of the
Unrelated.
planets that were thriving, there's no life on them anymore. Ember Granite is one of those cases where there were humanoid people that were working, there were scientists and things like that, and they were working with dark matter for several different kinds of experimentation. By the end of their life cycle, they were trying to use dark matter to stay alive. Which,
do you know if there is any organization or group that is currently overseeing that dead planet? We do not wish to step on any toes, so we wish to make contact before we land and explore.
There is not. Aegis 9's concerns are with the living planets, Titan 5, Zephora, and Valkyrie, and most recently with Valkyrie. Valkyrie's shield of ships around their planet, the way they've been hostile and aggressive to people coming in the system, is being seen as incredibly hostile from the denizens of Aegis 9, and so they are preparing basically for a full-scale invasion. They don't have time to focus on the dead.
Okay. So there would be no
resistance going...
No direct harm in us going to Ember Granite for searching for a dark matter core if we choose to.
Correct.
Okay. I think Chubbs's idea for going to Solera, and more specifically the Squengies around Solera, it should be our primary goal, and then Ember Granite as a backup for finding a second dark matter, if there is even one salvageable there. At least that's my vote. But I'm not the captain of this group of ships.
Yeah, I think everybody was in agreement. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to do on this planet? We do have like the energenium cores that we have. We can probably get those affixed into any kind of mechs or anything like that. Build our mechs. We can hand out divvy out our prizes, make sure everybody has everything that they need. But anybody looking to do anything before we go?
When you install your energenium cores, you'll want to keep it, or your greater energenium core, you'll want to keep in mind that you'll want to do so close to a vehicle that you want it to be able to transform into.
Okay.
Okay.
Duly noted.
So, I have some thoughts about our cores. I've been looking over the Aeon core that was awarded to the Daedalus, and it gives some nice bonuses.
I'll post mine.
It has to be attuned to an individual.
Okay.
So I don't know if it is transferable. If it is, I do like the non-mech aspects of it, but I don't know what the mech is, and or if someone who doesn't have a mech would benefit from a mech.
So you basically get to summon the prime thing, right? Like the construct that we fought at the end.
Yeah, the sovereign frame.
The sovereign frame.
Yeah.
So it also gives the player that it's attuned with AC 18 minimum, regardless of what armor they're wearing, and gives them proficiency in piloting it, or if they're already proficient with it, doubles their proficiency. You can also gain a once per short rest bonus action. You can, for 1 minute, gain temporary hit points equal to twice your level, jump distance is tripled, and add 1d4 to all saving throws.
Yeah, can you post this so everybody can take a look at it?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What do we do? Just drag it into the chat window?
No, just hit the little dice on the far left side if you hover over it. The picture on the left will have a dice. Beautiful.
I am potentially interested in the mech core greater energirium for the Newton.
Ooh, interesting.
Because I would like Newton to eventually be able to transform into a space fighter.
Oh, one thing
You
I
get all
will
that.
also mention about that is for the conversion. It's probably best to stay, like, if it's a large mech, like try transforming into a large ship, or like you could have it transform into a smaller one, but like a large mech couldn't become a gargantuan ship, for instance. It would be
Right.
at most one category size up.
Well, I was thinking spaceship size tiny.
Yeah. Just for reference.
Which I think would translate to character scale huge. But eventually I want to upgrade Newton to be a huge. It's just currently only a large.
Yeah.
What does everybody think? What's everybody looking at?
Like the non-mech aspects of the Aeon core, I like. But long-term goal, I'm more interested in the greater Energenium. Because the non-mech aspects just enhance me, but I'm more often in Newton when I'm on the ground. And the greater energanium would allow me to have Newton also be a space fighter, and that's just too awesome to pass up.
Look, as someone who likes to have a fight, I can understand wanting to fight in space that way. Kind of like how I like going toe to toe with the mechs. I get you wanting Newton to be able to go anywhere and do anything. Respect it.
Yeah. But if one of you want your mech to be like a race car or some sort of a hover jet or something along those lines, please. I can always, down the road, grab a regular energanium core for Newton, or a greater one if and when we find out if we can purchase them.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Do you guys sell this stuff?
Oh yes.
So we can always buy more.
Yeah.
Like how
yeah,
much do they usually run? Like a greater
do-
energanium core if we wanted a second one.
Oh, let me check. They might already be in the shop. Takeshi Shipyard. Oh, that's not right.
Quick buy before you up the price.
An energanium core should be 15,000, and a greater energanium core should be 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's not terrible. We can float that. Do they have shops on this planet? Like, is there an option to shop right now? If we were to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
I'm
gonna open back up Oaken Shield.
Yeah, let me just throw some shops onto Oaken Shield for you.
Appreciate it.
Interplanetary Junk,
so
Takeshi Shipyard, and the Voidsmith. There you go. Oh, and
they're
the
not terribly
recycling
priced.
station.
Okay, so they're not terrible price, so we can afford that. We can do that. I looked at the ships and stuff like that, and like the Anathema has a good amount of money on it right now. It's the last little bit. So we could do that. I have no problem giving the core to you. The Aeon core though, who would be best suited for that? I know Chaka doesn't have a mech right now.
No.
Chaka is our only person that does not have something of her own. What do your attunement slots look like?
Where do I find that on my character sheet?
In the is it the inventory? Yeah, if you go to your inventory on the very bottom left, it'll be like a little sun symbol and it'll be like X out of 3.
1 out of 3.
Okay, so Chaka has 2 attunement slots available. Is she going to be the one that benefits the most from the Aeon core? I think so, right?
Well, she would get a mech, and she's the only one without a mech or ability to be mech-sized.
I am pretty squishy in that way.
Yeah.
It would give her higher AC when she's not in the mech, potentially. I don't know what her AC is.
14.
And it gives her a pilot proficiency if she's not already proficient in piloting. And doubles it if she is proficient in piloting. If I took it, it would just give me higher AC outside of my mech. I'm a 13 outside of the mech.
How often are you going to be outside of your mech in this?
In combat, not very, but it would mean that I'm less squishy when for surprise attacks when I'm outside the mech. That's the only benefit, AC wise. And I've already got expertise in piloting, so this would just give me equivalent of double expertise. So I already have a +9. This would give me, I think, a +12. Which,
yeah, like as I said, I have no
nice.
problem. Yeah, I have no problem giving you the greater energenium core. We can afford another one if we do decide we want to like beef up something else.
Yeah.
And then we could do Chaka for the Aeon core, and then everything else to just be like whatever we get on the way, kind of thing, right? Does everybody feel okay with those? Everybody else has a mech and everything like that. Wade just likes punching things, so he's okay where he is. You're muted,
Sweet.
unfortunately.
So Chaka's getting the Aeon core?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna give the energenium core to MT.
And I will be installing that on the Newton once I find a space fighter that I want to be the archetype for that.
We have a military space fighter, do we not? Wade owns one, and it's on the Anathema.
I am hoping to get something akin to out of character, similar to the Star Fury from Babylon 5. And I have specific in-game add-ons that I would like it to have, if that is applicable. But if I can't find that, then I will.
It would be nice if it's an existing ship, so that it doesn't put more on my workload.
I could help create the ship with the mods from the thing in downtime, counted as part of research.
Okay.
And by downtime I mean between sessions. I would create the ship and send it off to you for approval.
Okay.
So that way it's not all on your shoulders, because this is my specific hunting for it. And if it's not approved, then I find another ship and I go with that one. And then I make the mods later. I'm okay doing that too.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put some, because it's mostly like features, right? We just take like a regular ship and add the features, and if you get the image and an icon for it.
Yep. I would hunt that down between this session and next, and if that's approved by you, i.e. I don't put too powerful of crap on it, then it's approved by you. And if not, then I will just take a copy of the fighter that we have in the docking bay of the Anathema.
Let's say we can just reskin the one that's in the Anathema, right? Like take the little fighter and just be like, oh, it's from a different star system.
Yeah.
Make it look the way you want.
Basically, it's that one with looks different and has a mod on it to give turn speed of 0, or sorry, modifies the turn speed by -2 of its turn speed, so effectively 0. And potentially add in something else which would actually hurt the piloting bonus that it gets, but it means that it can't be hacked while it's being used. So instead of a +6 modifier, it would be a +5 modifier, but only a +5 modifier if my race or one of 2 other races are piloting it, because no one else has the reflexes to do so. But it can't be hacked, so you can't computer hack it while it's being manually piloted that way. I forget what the mods are. I would have to open up the PDF and hunt for them. Other than that, it's the weapons on that ship are nice, and I can always swap them out later.
All right, Chaka, your piloting bonus has been doubled.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, because you just took piloting, right? Or computers?
I took computers.
You already had piloting.
Yeah, I'm proficient in piloting already.
Okay.
So now you're expertised in piloting.
Does
Well,
that mean I
even,
click into the double check mark?
No, because this doesn't even count as expertise. This just doubles your current bonus.
So
Okay,
it's a +8 currently.
Yeah, it was a +4.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, doubles the current bonus?
Yeah, if you already know piloting, it doubles the bonus.
Sweet.
Okay, so that would have been a +18 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, if you'll let me, even if you'll let me throw the 0-point turn on there, which I gotta find the stats for and send that to you, that is the only modification that I would really want, and then a visual change for the ship. But I could get you a couple of image files for that. Because the fighter that we have is decent weapons wise.
There we go. I
What was it, the Zealot?
Dragged over the greater energanium core to your character sheet.
Realistically, I should drag that onto Newton.
That's this one. The fighting fantasy. Wade's ship.
Fighting fantasy.
Yeah, because normally those Hawkeye fighters don't have guns. Or what was it? You guys have a 3. There's something they have that you guys aren't supposed to have. Or like that the other ones aren't supposed to have. Is it just a better speed? There's something missing from the fighting fantasy.
Oh, mate, was missing from my ship.
No, there's not. Yours came with the Mark II defense system. That's what it was.
Always got to wear protection.
But yeah, you have a couple. Although the Zealot and the Moldy Crow are both back on Halberd, yes? At your home base? Or is the
Think so.
Zealot?
I think they're all together. I think we're
fighting. You have the fighting fantasy. The Moldy Crow is at the headquarters because it's basically retired there now.
It's a hood ornament to our lair.
Yeah.
I just posted a couple of photos of the ship visual that I'd like into the Discord chat. The cockpit is roughly the same cockpit that Newton already has.
Okay.
Also, for fun, the Monster WD-40 picture is in there as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are like looking through shops and stuff right now as well.
The shops aren't working for me.
Are they saying anything?
The only one
No.
that told me anything was the recycling station. Try, like, can you move yourself over to the middle of them? Because, like,
Oh.
I'm able to open them okay.
Hold on. I might have to update them for infinite distance.
Just the recycling one. The other ones were fine.
Yeah, it's not giving me any messages. It's just not opening them.
It took a while for me to be able to open them.
Okay, so you guys are as you're shopping, your strategy right now is to head to Solara Prime and then Embertide, or not Embertide.
Solar Prime to see if we can acquisition some form of the same barrier technology that their crystals use to refract the sun, so that we can maintain our own life force within the planets. Whether we go to one or the other first, I don't think it really matters. MT has obviously his quest, and then we have dark matter on the other planet. So it's if the refractors work, we can probably just go straight to Karen's. If they don't work and we have to look for something else, they'll probably help us with getting into Ember. So
Ember Granite. Well, it's up to you guys. Do you have any other questions about anything for King Mesh before you guys start your journey?
Anybody got anything they want?
No, I think I'm good to go.
Not at this time, though. If he will keep positive relations, might have questions later, assuming he's available.
Well, I am the king and also the central foundation for a whole planet, but I can help where I might be able to.
Yeah, if either you or a representative of yours, if we want further contact, would be great. But if that is unavailable due to your being obviously busy, that is completely understandable.
He thinks on it for a second before you see like a little hole open up in the ground, and on a pillar being pushed up is one of those dwarf dwarf mechanics, the robot dwarf mechanics. He says, "This is Squick. He will go with you and be my voice."
Oh, that is.
Welcome aboard, Squick.
Yeah.
Hello, Squick.
Yeah. You better have lots of oil on the ship.
I'm not sure how much we have, but I will stock up on some prior to him boarding.
Putting it up here. Chubbs gonna pull out a machine oil. It's synthetic, but
Little,
probably do well.
The little
I'll hand it
robot
to him.
dwarf like grabs it from you. He's like, as he like, you can see he's like drinking it, but like it looks like a gas port when he opens his mouth.
Yeah, I should probably stock up on that, eh? I can't buy things like specifically out of it. I know the mechanics pack has like the oil and stuff in it, but I can't buy like oil specifically. Is that something that I could just say like I threw a couple credits into the machine and it gave me that, or do you want me to buy oil packs?
Yeah, no, you can just yeah. It's such a small.
I'll dump
resource.
100. I will dump 100 credits on barrels of oil.
Yeah, you guys just know that you're loaded with oil. As you've got Squick's brand. It's kind of like getting his brand of cigarette.
Just make sure everybody eats and everything, you know.
Like I need the give me the Marlboro Red, you know.
Good choice. All right, everybody ready to go? Everything good?
Yeah.
With regards to like the mech shipyards and everything like that, were we supposed to have additional mechs available to us? So I think there's only like 5 or 6 in there right now, or like 7 or 8 or something like that. Was there supposed to be extras? Or is that just through Han?
That was just through Han.
Okay. So we would have to get
there will be more accessible once you leave the Athena system. Because like depending, like the Athena system isn't really a mech heavy place. Like even these guys, they're not mechs. They're like a race of robot people.
Oh. The tidy sheet is what broke for you, JC. For some reason, he's got the default Forge character sheet right now. He posted it in the chat.
What?
Probably just need a refresh.
Yeah,
I'm trying to refresh right now.
if I open your sheet, it's the tidy 5e sheet.
Yeah, I think the module just broke for him.
Which sheet?
Yeah, it's good now after refresh.
I want to do upgrades, but I'm worried about longevity. If I put upgrades on a mech, can I take them off and put them on something else at a later time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already done so.
Yeah, I'm just worried because they're technically not my mech. So. Yeah.
Oh, I forget if I have mentioned this before. MT has a plasma whip that is available if someone wants it.
A plasma whip.
Ishi, where does a upgrade mod situate in a mech if I were to buy an upgrade mod specifically?
Upgrade mods. So you'll see that the mods correlate to different parts of the mech. Every mech should have been updated properly.
This is the only one that doesn't have like a specific area.
Yeah,
for it.
It kind of has its own special space.
Yeah.
What one were you looking at?
I was looking at both of them.
Yeah, they just kind of have like a special spot like that doesn't take away from any of the other ones because they can only be applied once.
Yeah, is there a limit on those spots? Or can I just continue to upgrade?
You can continue to upgrade, you just can't have more than one of any of those.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They're unique, but you just can't have like there's no like I can get 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look at these if we want to start like preparing and stuff like that. Like I'll get them to like load them up as we go. I just want to look at the mods and stuff before we leave.
Yeah, I mean the next step if you're heading all the way to Solara Prime, it's on the other side of the system, so you're gonna have like a few days of downtime. So between here and there, you'll be able to get some stuff done. If there's anything that you had on the docket to try and get completed.
The fighter that we have, is that the Zealot or is that a different one?
No, it's the fighter that we have is Wade's personal ship. That is the Fighting Spirit, I believe is what it's called.
The Fighting Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have access to the ship stats right now because it's just tied to him.
Okay.
But it's
Can I
it's
see
the
the stat?
yeah. Look at the Zealot or the Moldy Crow. It's the exact same ship.
Okay.
It's just a military variant,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, it came with a Mark II defense system.
And this one doesn't have a defense system.
No, by default they don't come with them.
Okay.
Chaka, you are King Mesh will say that you have been given permission to broadcast as well.
Awesome. I will work on figuring out what I want to broadcast exactly.
Sure. So what's up, guys?
I have had Foundry crash twice now.
Oh.
One time.
Okay, well, if nobody's got anything else to say, so we can just dive into downtime, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that time's good.
You guys lift off the planet. You're all gathered together again. You've gotten the information that you've gotten, and you head towards Solara Prime. Vera's got the is primarily piloting. The Squangy's mascot is acting as her second, so that if she needs to get sleep or something like that, he takes over, and vice versa. Chubbs, we'll start with you. What are you starting your downtime with?
I don't really think I've got anything that I want to do during downtime. We're in the ship, so there's not really much I could do for monetary gains. Can I try and obtain more information regarding the planets that we're after, like a research kind of, or maybe can I run tests on myself to see how the sunlight affects me as we are flying by it? For the system. I want to expose myself to the radiation as kind of like an open airlock thing to see if I can see what effects it may have and whether I can withstand them.
Okay. What do you want to set the difficulty as?
What do you think this would be? Would this lean more like, because the different type of roll is going to depend on where I want to put the difficulty. So like if this would be like a constitution kind of thing, like a constitution check or a saving throw or something like that, I would be more apt to put it higher. But if it's going to be something like intelligence, I'd probably want to lean it a little more low.
I'm thinking, like, because you're doing kind of an exposure to in the form of research. I would call it probably a science check.
Chaka would be able to help you with the data analyzing as well, like data gathering and analyzing.
Yeah, the only problem that I have is like I'm only a +1 on that. So, if it's going to be a science check, I'd probably say like a 10, just as kind of like a base form of like an understanding. That way, I've got a 50-50 on it to make it. And then I'll take Chaka's help with it too. And then with this, you said that I guess it probably wouldn't be. Would my magic resistance do anything for the like aiding me in regards to the sun's effects?
You'd know that your magic resistance doesn't work against the sun's effects.
Okay.
What is happening to you isn't a result of magic. It is something that affects magic.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Does it feel similar to my innate ability, or like I have a resistance? Is this something that is akin to it?
Well, give me your science check and we can go from there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Double 18s.
Yeah.
19.
So what you're feeling from it as you're exposed, first of all, you're getting the radiation of 2 suns, and it is evidently clear that there is like you get that strong, almost like refreshment of life from the verdant sun, but then almost immediately feel that like waver and disappear, and you would imagine that is the effect of the aether sun. It is almost like it is warping and nullifying in certain sections other forms of energy.
Can we do like the blank card? Like I hold it over one eye, and then when I want to feel the other one, I close it off and hold it over the other one to try and like gauge what each sun kind of has an effect on. Like expose myself to like one versus the other one, or does this feel more like a wave thing?
Do you have spells? You have some innate spells.
A few.
Where are those spells coming from?
But I'm just talking about like putting like a shield up to be like, oh, okay, so like the blue sun's over here, so I'm gonna cover half of the blue sun over here, and like only the green sun's coming through, like utilizing the airlock, I guess, to force
especially
sides.
The way you're going, it's not as easy to do because it's almost like aether is in front of verdant.
Okay.
Almost like from your point of view, it like kind of eclipses it. You get the green radiation coming from the background, like visually, but you mostly see the blue of aether's sun.
Okay. Yeah, this probably would have been something I would have been better, like more apt to do as we were going towards the Squengies. Should have been a later.
But because you're experimenting and because you succeeded here, I'm going to give to you that even though you don't use spells often, you know that magic is affected. And using the innate spells that you know, like even just the ice knife, they do start to work in very strange ways. Like you go to use the poison spray and it comes out as a spray of glitter.
Okay.
you throw the ice knife, and it appears as like a knife of ice at first, before it starts to contort into the shape of a snake that like visibly like wiggles and moves throughout. Like it just like wiggles into space, like away from the ship.
Yeah. We're gonna have space snakes.
You
It's
go
like
to
Rick and
cast the
Morty
ice
episode
knife
all over
spell.
again.
Well, you go to cast the ice knife spell again, and this one's a normal ice knife.
Okay.
But you don't have like a control over when it's being affected. It's like when the radiation kind of hits a little stronger, it appears to affect your magic strangely.
Okay. Good thing we're not really a magic crew, but yeah, I'll report my findings to everybody else. I'll keep everybody updated on like the research and shit that I'm doing. I'm just testing it out and stuff. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
I have a gadget that is basically a technology cantrip that does spell damage. If you wanted me to test that with you, or with Ebony's permission, I could take off the glove and you could borrow it.
That's up to you guys. This is just like I'm just testing the radiation for myself. Like I want to know what kind of like this is. So if you guys want to do research on radiation, feel free. This was just me like testing the bodily like effect that the sun, like being in the sun's beams, would have, so that I understand what I'm up against when it comes to the planet for my own survival.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the suns don't appear to have like any kind of major effect on you. At least not in an immediate sense. Like you test your levels afterward. There's no absorption of that radiation, anything like that. Like you seem fine.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm just trying to see if I can like if I were to go to the planet, if I survive, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like Solara Prime is a whole different story.
Yeah, but it's the radiation that causes the planets to decay, right? So, like, I'm trying to figure out if the radiation is going to have the same effect on me on like short exposure, because we're going to hit the planet, we're going to check on this crew, and then we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah,
if we
might be a different type of radiation, but yeah.
And that's also like Charon's Wake is also, as he was saying, partially affected by whatever's happening with the moon in conjunction with the sun. So it's not just the sun's radiation itself. There's something happening that is causing it to become like this absorber of energy. Loki.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna try to get my 30 just right out of the way.
Okay.
I wanna spend some time with the mech. I wanna work towards the skill point for armor optimization. So your max AC increases by 1 when piloted by you. Would that be something I'd be allowed to do?
Working towards a skill point on a 30? I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Trying to improve your piloting?
Yeah. So I'm gonna pop the expert charm. I have one more use to that. And I was gonna ask Chaka if I could get bardic inspiration.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you. Piloting check.
Yes. It is going to be with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Both 11s.
I'll use my inspiration and try it again. Oh,
You rolled that with disadvantage.
yeah,
Yeah.
she said I had to roll it with disadvantage.
Yes.
That's rough.
You're trying to practice with the only mech you have left, which is the blue beetle. And you're having a hard time with it, like you just lost the Eletherion and you were getting used to the power and drive behind its systems. Again, it's like you went from using a mech that like basically is an extension of yourself to going back to a mechanical mech, and everything feels clunky. Like you go to like swing and take a strike and you're over swinging because you're just used to so much more power. It is a fail by 5. I think in this case, Loki, it is just going to be that you don't get the skill point here. You have suffered enough these last couple sessions. I think that it is that kind of mental reminder that you are going to need to adjust, and you know now not to take the power for granted. It's going to take you time to work your way back up to being comfortable in a mech, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wade.
All right, this is gonna be kind of weird one, and it might not work just because Wade's dumb and he's coming up with ideas. This is gonna be a 20 research, and what I want to do is I have Firewatch Vambraces, which can cast Fire Shield.
Yes.
And I have a Grand Charm that can surround me in fire. I'd like to see if I can use those items to make it so maybe I can absorb more heat from my Knuckles of the Living Engine, or make things easier to do with those because they can absorb some of the heat. Like even if it's just a temporary thing, like I activate it and suddenly I have a bit of a bonus to using my Knuckles, for example.
Oh, like the heat mechanic? The engine heat?
Yep.
Ooh, I like that.
Like my idea here is using the tech I have to basically create a giant heat sink, because the Vambraces would be attached to the Knuckles anyway, because it's just further up my arm.
You gain 1 heat each time you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, and each time you take damage from a creature within 5 feet of you. And then you have the Grand Charm of the Everflame. As a bonus action for 1 minute, creatures that hit you take 2d6 damage. Okay. And the Firewatch Vambraces. You've got so much.
There's so much fire going on. And I'm like, I bet you I could work this together somehow.
You become very fire themed. Okay, I kind of like this. Go ahead. Ooh, what do I make you roll for this?
I figured it would be something smart related, like an ant.
No, not for you,
Or
Wade.
mechanics.
Not for you, Wade. The idea is smart enough. It's unexpected.
Well, it's like it's fire and fire. I feel if I'm good at dealing with one fire, I could deal with another fire.
DC 20.
And I'm absolutely going to be asking for some guidance on this.
We'll give you guidance. And if I have a relevant skill, I will also aid. But I don't know if I have a relevant skill.
Give me Wade. Oh, this is so hard.
You know what you mean?
Because part of me wants to lean towards athletics.
Some part of, like, in my head, some part of me is kind of dexterity-wise, just literally mechanically making it all fit together.
Yeah. Because that's what it is. It's not you... Yeah. It's not like you're writing and creating a spell. You're trying to do something in practice, and you're trying to enhance something your gloves allow you to do with other heat-related abilities, which would which synergistically it works. I really like it.
All right, so like I would like to do a straight dex because I could abuse my limber ability.
Yes, I accept that.
All right, I'm gonna take use off that. D4. I do get another roll if that doesn't make it, but I make the 20.
You make the 20.
I'm gonna crit. I fail my crit fail. Okay, so yeah, I'm exactly 20.
Wade, you have found the stars have kind of aligned with the way your abilities work. I'm going to say when you use either of the action features, so for instance, on the Firewatch Van Braces, when you use the Fire Shield, and for the Grand Charm of the Everflame, when you use your Grand Charm ability, either one will increase your heat level by 1.
Oh, that's cool.
So just by activating it, it will increase your heat level.
Oh, that's cool. I really like that. That didn't even occur to me, and it's actually really good.
Let's make that a special feature. Mickey Hands. I forgot about Mickey Hands.
Yeah.
Mickey Hands was a while ago.
Every time I sign into session, I got to look through all my stuff again because there's so much now.
Okay. Well, then get out of the garbage, you fucking gremlin. Sorry. Raging... What is... Not Raging Hand. Raging Heat. When you use any fire-based ability, such as Fire Shield from the Van Braces, or the Grand Charm of the Everflame, increase your heat level by 1. Yeah, you just learn you just through practice, you are able to channel the other fire abilities you have, and it's like just as you activate them, you kind of just pop them into the glove, and watch as the heat increases and they start to glow red, feeling a little bit of that heat on your skin, but obviously not being burned by it.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one. Chaka Khan.
Chaka wants to use the permission to broadcast that she was given before we get too far from Oakenshield. Just kind of like spreading more of her message to get like more followers from Oakenshield, because she's not from there. She's not been there before. I don't imagine much of her follower base is from there. So she wants to increase that and just grow her network further. I was thinking just like a 5 or a 10 for that.
Okay. So you're trying to increase the amount of followers you have on Oakenshield?
Yeah.
You want that to be a 5 or a 10?
Let's do a 10.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... let's just call it raw charisma. It's pretty good. 18.
On a 10?
On a 10? Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Chaka. You do a little broadcast, a little post. You go live. You say hi. Say hey. We're second place winners of the Oakenshield Grand Race. If you like what you saw, follow me here. You get like a few people following you and following what you're doing. You get one person who or like one of the robots. It's going to be. You'll want to write this down. Jetvine and Overseer, but they're spelled like with numbers. Hold on, I will put them in the chat. Overseer. Jetvine.
Those
up in gobbledygook.
Yeah, those look like they're written in Elven.
What?
Or Elvish.
I have them. I'm posting them in common.
Uncheck the language button.
Also, sometimes that happens when you have one of the tokens selected, it overrides your language.
Weird.
So make sure you don't have something selected.
Oh.
Yeah, I ran into that one a couple times.
Did it work
Yeah,
when I reposted them?
No. I'm getting gobbledygook on all of it.
All of it's looking weird.
Oh, let me try clicking on the Chubbs token.
If you the person posting it, do you have language checked or no?
No.
Odd. I see those,
Okay.
but there's no spaces. But I see them. There we go.
So aside from like some generic like planetoid people who live on the planet who follow you, 3 of the racers follow you: Overseer, Jetvine, and Blossomburn. 2 of them, Overseer and Jetvine, join the Void Watchers, and Blossomburn like is following you as if like part of your brood network.
Oh, sweet. I thought, like, even though I'm technically maxed out of my brood, I'm only allowed to have 2 because that's my proficiency modifier.
Well, so I mean, it's not like
great.
she's traveling with you, but like if you
Okay.
say you wanted to swap out somebody in your brood, if you wanted to come back to Oakenshield and pick them up and drop somebody from your brood, like for that limited ability, you could do so if you wanted to. Or if you're in proximity, you'll have the same kind of as if she were part of your brood network.
Limited brood
Amazing.
swap.
That's sick. And that was Blossomburn was in the brood, you said?
Yeah.
And the other two are Void Watchers.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
MT.
MT, do I want to do the ship-based stuff on the mech? Or do I want to continue working on that robot cat familiar? Let's do the robot cat familiar. Let's do another iteration of the AI. DC 25.
Sorry, say that one more time.
You know how I'm making a cat familiar robot?
Yes.
The AI that controls that, I want to try and program that again because I had a failure last time. DC 25.
Yeah, that'll be personal goals. DC 25.
I am going to cast guidance on myself. I don't know if I can accept a aid from someone else, but if I can, I will take it. I understand that I might not due to the nature of the personal aspect.
I mean, you got some smart people on your ship in all kinds of different categories. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get some assistance here.
Someone who's trained in computers want to help me. She was muted, but I saw a head nod.
Help. Yeah, I can do it.
So with advantage, let's see if I can get 25.
Yeah, that's more than what you need this time around. Yeah, I think the first time, yeah, like kind of like wigged out and started moving like people. This time, you get it right after going through it a bit and talking with Chaka, who is familiar with cats. You're able to program it to start acting much more cat-like, and more for what you were looking for.
Okay. That's my roll on that then.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was the last roll I needed for that, or if I still needed some more. Can't remember. I have to double check.
What do you name the AI?
Good question. I will have to ponder on that. Come back to me for that.
Okay. Yeah, you think of the name of the AI for your cat robot companion. We'll go back to Chubbulus.
Let's see. Can Chubbs use his connections to figure out if there's any more information regarding the moon or anything like that that we can acquire? I imagine my connections don't go very far here, but use like previous hires or keys to figure out what he knows about like the specificities of the like that area of like the moon and stuff.
Of Charon's Wake?
Yeah, if anybody's tried to like do any heists or get into anything there, I imagine Keys would probably have some information on that. On if there's any like special treasures on the island.
What do you want to set the
If anybody's
difficulty
run
at for
into issues.
this?
This one, I'll set this one as 20.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair. Because it's a little bit of a reach for me. What are you looking for a roll? Investigation, maybe?
I mean, I guess it would have to be in this case, because you're kind of just reaching out to your contacts and resources to see what information you can find.
No.
I don't think computers doesn't feel appropriate for it. I think it's got to be an investigation here.
Investigation, absolutely. Anybody like to assist in like with any kind of connects that they have or anything like that? Does anyone have anybody that I can reach out to? I guess kind of thing to provide me with assistance.
I'm just skilled in investigation, so I can aid in regular stuff if you'd like.
Yeah.
So I
no,
can
it's
give you
just, it's
advantage
mostly
on that.
just- Yeah, that works perfectly for me.
As
All right.
I don't mind helping. And for all my guidance.
It's 1d4, right?
Correct.
We got it's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20.
25, so win by
30.
10.
30. Yeah. Oh, I already made it green. Oh, that's really good. It is said that there are like great vast treasures on the planet, but nobody has been able to return with them. Anybody who has gone has died or disappeared.
Is there any logs of what people were experiencing upon the planet that we can prepare for?
Connection to most disconnected before they reached the planet.
Okay.
But there was a distress beacon that was deployed from one person. It was a broken distress message requesting any kind of aid. Their ship was damaged in the crash, and they couldn't lift off the planet. And before they could, like, the message can finish, it's like, oh wait, what's that? And then they start screaming.
So there are things that live on the planet. Okay. That's plenty of information. I'm assuming, was there a relative location? Would this have been clock tower-ish adjacent as well, or?
No, there's no way to
So I
tell.
imagine the beacon would have pinged, right?
There's no way to tell. It pinged because
No
it
way to tell?
was
Okay.
it was ejected from the planet, like away from the planet. Like the only
Yeah.
reason the energy source survived was because it was ejected from the planet.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, that's awesome. Links.
Lin 10 or Links.
Getting mispronounced as Linux.
Links.
I like that.
Or Linux, yeah. Linux.
I want to give you something else, Chubbs, on that. It's said that the civilization of Charon's wake before the second sun appeared was fantasy modern. So they were a magic aware, like a magic awakened planet first that discovered technology afterwards. Their fall would and the end of the planet would have taken place in an almost Victorian steampunk time.
Okay. So they would be pretty much adjacent with the ship that went down, right? Like the gear ship, like kind of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this might have been a returning crew to the planet. Okay. Do we know how long ago the second sun appeared?
The second sun appeared what would be in years would have been 500 years ago.
Okay. And they had a returning ship about 50 years ago, according to... Okay.
Yeah, because it took a little bit, like when the sun appeared, it shifted the gravitational pull of like the whole system.
Yeah.
So it was a gradual change and like a gradual decay over time.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that would be about all the information you find. There's a lot less information about what it is currently, and a lot of the information about it, what it was before is pretty much lost.
Yeah. Okay.
I will, because I wanted to reward 10 over. The other thing I'm going to give you is a separate piece of information. This is more from like you find it on like almost like a Reddit thread. And it is about like Athena is a weird creepy dead system. Not only does it have apparently there is a moon that rains zombies onto ember granite.
What? That's wild.
We knew that, I believe, right? That was one of the first things that we learned about Evergranite coming into the system. It was a theory, but now it's confirmed.
And the theory is that like the moon is producing those zombies.
Right.
It's like, where do they come from? It can't just be dead people that are on the planet. There must be some weird, like, there must be something strange that is creating these things, or a portal that's letting these things through and then just ejecting them off the planet raining it onto ember granite.
Right. Okay.
But in that you realize that the Athena system's kind of unpopular. among star systems in the galaxy.
I can see that. Yeah.
Loki.
All right. After his last failure, he's gonna realize he needs to spend some more time with the mech to get more familiar with it. So he's just gonna do some practice with it. If it's not there right now, I was gonna ask if he could do like a sparring session with Wade just to get more familiar with his mech and do it for like a 10 roll.
You're muted.
Yeah, Wade would absolutely be down to help out with that.
Awesome.
So you and Wade are gonna have a little sparring session.
Yeah.
Okay. This is still personal goals. I think it's kind of relationships as well. This is like you two kind of bonding. It's a 10 roll. It's going to be a piloting check. With the help of Wade, we'll call it with advantage.
Okay.
Hi. Hi, Toby. 25 is incredible. Wade, you're pretty powerful.
Right.
You practicing with this flame power. But Loki lets a little bit of aggression out on you. He kind of fucking he punches you around a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. I know we had this on the ship.
Kind of fighting back and forth. You're learning new things about each other. Loki, you're seeing a very strange side of Wade that you haven't really seen before, because like, yeah, he's always been like a brawler, but now like he is an incredibly competent fighter, and his abilities seem to mesh together very well as he moves and flows. And as he's like using his flames and these like these new heat powers of these gloves, he's given you his own little your own little workout, but you are using it as opportunities to adapt to making it feel less like you are moving a machine and making it feel more that you are just one with it. That's the thing that you're trying to achieve. You're trying to find this piloting nirvana that allows you to get that same feeling that you had from piloting the Elitherion. And I think you're on the right track with that as you are dipping and dodging, getting smacked by Wade, to a point where you are starting to like bob and weave and get his techniques. And yeah, I think you roll him a little bit. Wade's having a great time with just having somebody to tussle with. But I think you are it turns into a great learning experience. For now, I'm going to say it improves your relationship with Wade, but I'm not going to reveal what that means until the time comes.
Awesome. That was a lot of fun, Wade. Thanks for
Oh, man, that was a great time. My kind of time.
Wade.
I'm sorry, I've forgotten this because I've never had to do it before, but what minimum do I have to pick for self-care to get rid of my stress token?
It can be a 5, 10, or 15.
5. So my stress token was a disadvantage on piloting.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What does self-care look like for Wade in that case?
I think it would just be kind of like heading to a cockpit or a simulator if we have one. I know the Anathema is pretty big. And just giving himself some actual quiet time in there, like sort of almost meditating. He understands the value of being calm even in stressful moments because you have to be calm when you're fighting to some extent,
Yeah.
or you're going to get your fucking ass kicked. So he's trying to channel a bit of that instinct to the cockpit where he's just not stressed anymore, just trying to get comfortable.
I mean, I think the easiest way to do that is on the Fighting Fantasy. It's your ship.
That's true. So I think I would actually hop in the Fighting Fantasy, and I'd just be flying it, not doing anything, not doing aeronautics or anything, but just getting comfortable again, just cruising. Don't have the autopilot on, making sure I'm still comfortable at the helm. It's so similar but different to my old ship that it's worth giving myself that time.
Yeah. Give me a piloting check. Roll it with disadvantage. But
Those are not good rolls.
It's
I actually
good
am going to use
enough.
my inspiration. I'm going to use my inspiration to try and beat it by.
okay.
Yeah, that was better.
That's a lot better. Yeah. Holy. You can remove the stress token. I think whatever had a grip on you previously is gone. You've shaken it. You've dealt with some shit since. You guys have just even though you weren't in the pilot seat, dealing with the kind of high octane situation that was the grand race was still exhilarating, and kind of sparked that passion for you of like, oh, I wish I could have been driving. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think when you are specifically flying the Fighting Fantasy, you're also going to get +1 on your piloting checks.
Stick.
Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan would like to spend some time working with the ship's computers to try and upgrade them. I was thinking, like, maybe I could do some like back-end programming to boost our ship's computer abilities. I know in the last, like in the race, I ended up doing some roles that were like to scan for things or like scan for enemy weaknesses and stuff. And I was thinking it'd be cool if the ship just like automatically did that when we had an incoming enemy, or if when it had detected it. Or something similar, something along the lines of upgrading the ship's computers in some way, shape, or form. That was just the one idea I had.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. So you just want to like improve the ship's like computers and scanning ability like across the board.
Yeah. And like I said, like maybe I could do like some either like upgrading the systems or like do some like back end programming, make like a custom program so that like the ship can do something that would be like specifically useful for us.
Okay. All right, I'm noodling a bit. Go ahead and give me a computers check for. Or, sorry, what are you setting the difficulty as for this?
Is there a certain difficulty you would make me set it at, or do I have free range?
I think that the difficulty that you beat will help to decide on the potency of the ability that you or upgrade you were able to make.
I was thinking 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's a computer's check.
Yes, please.
even on a 2, I actually made 15. I'm going to use one of my luck points as well and
Okay.
roll an extra d20.
Sure.
And I'm going to add that to. Is that what it says? I can. Just says roll an additional d20. I think that gets added to the what I rolled.
Which
It
thing were
doesn't
you
replace
using?
it. I'm using one of my luck points from the lucky passive ability that I have.
So the lucky feat, whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined, and you choose which of the d20s is used for that thing.
Oh,
so you would replace your 2 with that 16, which would become a 29.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I have it up on the far screen. It's hard for me to read it.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, but yeah, I'll take the second one.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't blame you. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Improved scan. Thanks to Chaka's brilliant mind, the ship's scanners have been vastly improved. When a scan is used on the anathema, the DC is 10 instead of 15. And the range is 300 arc instead of 50.
Hell yeah.
With a lower DC, that means you can access more information on a higher roll. Because it's still for every 5 over the DC, you gain another piece of information of your choosing.
Sweet.
That was a pretty good roll on a 15. I'm gonna say while you are in there and programming things, I'm also going to say that you also improve the systems that defend against like hacks and stuff like that. And the difficulty for somebody to try and hack your ship is going to be higher.
Sweet. Increased our firewalls.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Difficulty to hack into the anathema is 25. MT.
Okay. What to do? I've built the cat. Is there anything else that you think I need to do on the cat? I previously had the body all built and it was just the AI. And I just had the AI installed.
Yeah, I think that was the last part of it, right?
If you're saying that I managed to have Newton close enough to a ship that I could apply that energanium core, I'd like to install a barrier shield that I purchased onto it.
Okay.
Do I want to make this a 15 or do I want to make this a 20 for more difficult but potential greater bonuses? Let's make it a 20. Willing to accept help, but not necessary, but I am going to give myself guidance.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Mechanics check, I assume?
Yep.
I'll help you. Advantage.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, that definitely beats it.
Beats by 5.
Yep. So you're installing a barrier?
Installing the barrier on the ship side of it. I don't know if that would also carry over to the mech side. I'm going to assume no, but you're welcome to correct me.
For the mech that it turns into?
So I'm installing it on the ship side of Newton. Whether or not that carries over to the mech side,
yeah, it applies to both.
Okay.
Because all the components that make up the mech are still there on the ship.
Okay.
They just
so does that mean I have the weapons from both then? Or do the weapons of the ship, I was going to assume that the weapons for the ship are only available in ship, and vice versa.
Yeah. So you have the weapons that are on your mech right now. If you want to install weapons like actual ship weapons for its ship form, you'll have to install those separately.
Okay. Okay. So I don't get the ship weapons from the equivalent of Zealot.
Right. You're scanning and taking its form.
Okay. Okay, that works. Means I have to spend more money potentially, but that works.
You guys just made a ton.
Yeah, but I just spent half of it on a Mark III shield, Mark III barrier shield.
I moved the mech core over for you onto Newton. You have a depleted Mark III defense system on you as well?
I shouldn't have a depleted one. I bought one.
Yeah, I think you also have a depleted one that you found.
Oh. I hadn't noticed that. Okay. Could I have bought the one that I had at a discount with the Mark III then? With the depleted one then?
I'd allow it, yeah, if you want to get some of your money.
That.
You can get rid of the depleted one and just get some of your money back. Call it like half.
How much of the money back? About half? Okay.
Call it half, yeah.
Still, that's $5,000. In that case, rather than buying it, I bought the parts to repair it. So I installed the depleted one, and then my next check is going to be repairing it.
Okay.
Your choice if you want to do me repairing it right now just to get that over with.
Yeah, you don't have to do a separate roll for it. Like that can just that is a part of the mechanics check here.
Okay.
Especially on like 5 over.
So I need to move that over now. It's no longer depleted.
Now, are you you're scanning one of the Hawkeye ships, or are you waiting to interact with like a larger ship?
I want a fighter. I want it to be a space fighter. And I found a skin that I liked. If you'll let me use it. But it's effectively a tiny. Here, I was writing out something. I just sent it to you in PM.
Cargo camel. Yeah. Cause like I could just we could say you find that at a Squengies.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I found something equivalent to what I was looking for at Squinkies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was it easily successful. You are just passing the sun's headed towards the Solara Prime. And your downtime will continue next week. You got a little bit of time to think about it. I gotta say, Loki, it was kind of smart to get rid of your 30 roll, because now you got a lot less stress over the next week of trying to figure out what else you want to do. It's a good strat, but yeah, a lot of you still have those 30 rolls, so yeah. But that's it for now. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Love every single one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, power of the players. Have a great night.